Hello humans, my name is Jemma and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new around here, please hit to subscribe, watch any of my old videos, but also watch this one as well. In today's video, I'm joined with my sister.
Hi guys.
And we're celebrating 10 years in Canada today, and I thought it would be cool to talk about some of the things we wish you knew before moving to Canada. And I wrote some of the things on my phone and we'll be talking about some of the points I wrote down. Also, if this video gets too long, I'll probably make a part 2. Let me know in the comments if you're interested in that. Okay, so the number one thing I would start with is culture shock. There was a lot of things that we weren't used to. Obviously, we're from Uganda, and then like everything here is completely different. And one of the things that really was challenging for me is how Canada is very individualistic and Uganda is communal. And one of the things we were talking about, me and my sister were saying how like back in Uganda, if you run out of sugar, you will go to your neighbor's house and ask for sugar, but it's not the case in Canada.
Yeah, here you can't ask for nothing. You have to just hustle your way. And the fact that when we grow up, it's like everybody in the neighborhood knows who you are, and they can help you out in case you're in trouble. They can also discipline you in case you actually do something wrong, or they can tell on you, so they can tell your relatives that she has done this. So that's one of the shocking things, that we're used to having a full community, but even here making friendships and all that is kind of
challenging. It was very challenging because like everybody's to themselves really. In Uganda, if you go to school with somebody, you're automatically friends with each other. And I remember like when I was in high school, this one girl I saw, we went to the same church, and I remember seeing her at school, and then I was like, oh my gosh, like I saw her and I was so happy to see her. And she told me, just because we go to the same church doesn't mean we're friends. And I was like, I was shocked. And like people are really like that, where it's
I really struggled myself with making friendships, because I came from a background where I was very social and very friendly, coming to a place where everybody is like minding their own business kind of thing. That was a bit of a shock for me, and it took me a couple of years to actually get over it.
But even navigating friendship as an adult is a little bit tricky, because you're like, everybody's doing their own thing. People are like, don't have the same schedules, and like everybody's doing their own thing. When it comes to community, one of the things that is our best friend, even though like a lot of people think this is our parents use this more, but like I feel like WhatsApp is like the best social media when it comes to communicating with people from the diaspora, like versus like Africa, like and all that stuff. So for me, like WhatsApp is where I talk to most of my Ugandan friends, or like all my friends back home.
We were very challenged at the beginning because WhatsApp wasn't there, and it was only Facebook, and only a few people in Uganda had Facebook, and internet wasn't a thing then. So when we came, we had to actually buy calling cards or take a couple of months without talking to our family and friends back home. Whereas nowadays, if you're moving, it's kind of easier because you can actually communicate through WhatsApp, through Skype, through Zoom. Now we have so many social media platforms that people can communicate through. So that's one of the things that I'm thankful for now, that things are a bit changing in terms of communication around the world.
The other thing I thought of also is like, when it comes to community, I think we shouldn't be afraid to reaching out to people, because like often we think like when we go to Ugandan parties, we're thinking this person is judging me, so I'm not going to engage, and then the other person's probably thinking the same thing. And so like, instead of us being in our heads judging each other, just don't be afraid of reaching out to people and be like, hey. Or even on social media, like I found so many people that I know now because of like Hello Uganda, and like different platforms in the diaspora that are doing like amazing stuff in Ugandan communities or other communities that I've met like so many people. So like, don't be afraid to DM somebody and be like, yo, I'm new, blah blah blah. Just don't be afraid to reach out to people. Even when you see people at events, don't be shy. Even though sometimes I'm also shy, and I'm like, I'm scared of reaching out to people, but I'm challenging myself not to like be scared, and just be like, actually just engage with people. It will help you feel a little bit less lonely. And the other thing also, like Canada gets lonely. I think a lot of people feel like when we come to these places, we're like,
You're having a
everything's
blast.
gold, you know. That's
Yeah, that's an assumption
But
that people should stop thinking, because people
it gets
think that-
really lonely.
Yeah. For us, we are kind of lucky that we have each other.
Yeah.
So most times we actually hang out with each other and, you know, give ourselves company or give ourselves advice.
Yeah.
Whereas people that don't have people to talk to and they're living by themselves or they move by themselves, they find it a bit challenging. So that's something you should be aware of and be ready to actually try to make your own community.
Yeah.
And so that you don't be so lonely. I mean,
One of the things that I realize, and people should realize, that you may lose contact with some of your friends, or you may grow apart from those
Yeah.
friends you used to have, because like you are being influenced by two different cultures, and there is so many opinions of yours that you used to have you don't have anymore because of the exposure you have gotten. And I feel like nobody like talks about the fact that like some of your childhood friends may no longer be your friends anymore,
Yeah,
just
'cause
because
you-
of how you've grown up.
yeah, because the fact that, say, for example, us, we came as teenagers, but now we are in our
Adults.
20s and
Late 20s, yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's something that, okay, my level of thinking right now, or the things that I value right now, may not be the same as when I was young,
17, 18, yeah.
So I think you have to know that, you know what, I've experienced this, but now it's time to experience something else. So yeah, be ready to change.
Yeah,
Not in a bad way, but also in a growing way, kind of
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
because like you're growing, and like a lot of people who knew you back then, they don't know you anymore. Even though like there is, not to say they don't know you per se, they know who you were, but the person, if you're not in constant communication, they probably don't know who you are now.
Yeah.
And so people will always ask you to buy them an iPhone even though you don't have one yourself. And I say this because
It happened to you.
it always, like when we just moved
Yeah.
here, I was 17, young, I didn't have any money, and so people would message me and be like, oh, can you send me this iPhone,
Can you
this
send me a laptop?
iPad? And I'm like, I don't have any money.
Yeah, and
And
I
so-
remember, guys, I had to save up so much money, work
Yes.
so hard, work night shift to just buy myself a laptop for school.
Mm-hmm.
That took me a couple of months, if not a year,
Yeah.
to just save up for that, to get myself a laptop so that I can actually attend school.
Yeah.
So for me, I feel like people should be understanding.
Yeah.
And if you're coming to Canada, or you're new to Canada, don't expect to have it easy with people that you
Yeah.
left back home, because they will expect so much from you that
But-
you don't have at the moment.
Yeah, I think also it's just like, just be aware you're gonna be asked for stuff even if you don't have
Yeah.
them. But it's okay, because like I feel like I was the same person when I
I
was
think that
at
should
home.
also bring us to the next point, kind of like money wise. Here, you're going to have to spend so much in terms of bills.
Yeah, the cost of living is
expenses,
very
yeah.
high.
Mhm.
It's very high, because I feel like a lot of the times, like, yes, we have more opportunities
Yeah.
as we live here. However, the cost of living is very high.
It's
Everything
very
you have to
high,
pay
yeah.
for. The phone you have to pay for. You have to pay for your gas. You have to pay for all this stuff. And it gets really expensive with transport, with like everything.
Yeah, and also the taxes that are involved,
Yes.
because we come from a background where we're paying like less taxes, or we pay taxes but we don't actually feel it because
Yeah.
it's included in the purchase. But here you have to pay money for something, and then on top of that,
Income tax.
So
Like-
it's just like, wow.
Yeah, I think one of the things I wanted to say is like educate yourself about money.
Yeah.
But also educate about the money as in the system of Canada or any other country you're going to, like educate yourself about that system and
Yeah,
the money.
educate yourself about
Um,
what's it called, credit.
Yes.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh.
That's
Do I
awesome.
got a story for you?
I
Okay.
know.
Deep this. I was 17, moved to Canada. I got a card, a credit card or debit card or whatever. They give you like a limit of like how much you can spend. It's like your money, but it's not really your
It's
money.
not your
Did I know
money.
that? I didn't.
Oh, that's
And
great.
so I used all the money because I needed the money, and so I never paid it back. And so fast forward to like a couple of years, and then like I have this huge bill. It was like thousands of dollars, and I was like, why am I being charged $1,000? Is because I never returned the money, and it accumulated so much interest. And I was in so much debt for like little money. And so please educate yourself about the credit system. Obviously we came very young, so we didn't really know about money and the system. I didn't even know young people had to work until they got married. That was my opinion. The other thing, young people working here at 17, 14, 16, you have to be working. Don't get me wrong, in Uganda
even at 13, because they start doing the newspaper jobs at like 13, 12.
And driving, people start driving at like a really young age. And I feel like I never thought like work was a thing. Like I knew like obviously people have to work, but I thought it was a parent thing. And so I feel like if you're not ready to grow, you shouldn't be coming to Canada, because Canada like legit, it will force you to grow up. Like I had to grow up at 17, 18, and like I was like, okay, you have to pay the bills, you have to find an apartment, you have to do all these things. And so I think with that, the other thing I say is like have a plan and do your research. A lot of people like would be like, I want to come to Canada. I didn't even do any research.
What are you going to do?
I personally I didn't even do any research.
I didn't do any research.
I just came. I was like, okay, cool. But like, I feel like I wish I did research. I wish we were educated about
that.
Everything. Or made a plan really. Because I feel like if you are young and you want to be in school, figure out what you want to study, and what jobs you want to get into after. If you're older and you already done school,
you can look for ways to upgrade.
You can find ways to upgrade. But also, like, I think being willing to go back to school or relearn, because a lot of the times, like here, the maybe your credentials may not be recognized by Canada, which sucks, because it's like you studied all those years, but then you can come back and have to go back to zero.
Some countries actually recognize. If you're watching us and you're from a different country, you're from Uganda, yours may be, so you may want to bring those along with you just in case. And if you're from Uganda, sadly most of them are not really recognized, so you may have to do a few courses here and there to just kind of upgrade and just get to that level that they can admit you to university or college. And also, like, if you're coming, have kind of a plan of what you want to pursue. Don't come and have this old dream,
or you just want to leave and like, well, so how are you going to make money? Because the other point I was going to say is, like, just because they're your family doesn't mean they're responsible for you. And that's very hard to hear, because you're like, well, it's my family, obviously they
or you have friends
or your friends or whatever. I think the entitlement has to like go out the window. And like, yes, they're your family, but they're not responsible for you. Once you hit Canada, I feel like you have to be a grown-up already. Like, you have to mentally at least, like, even if you're 16, 18, 20,
25,
21, I think you have to like kind of like, I think Canada forced us to grow up at a younger age, when you realize, well, like, yes, I have family, but I also I'm responsible for myself now. And so you have to either find jobs to work, you have to figure out a way to sustain yourself, and like figure out.
I would suggest to somebody that's coming to Canada to actually take a program. Just take something small. It doesn't have to. There are so many free programs, so you have to kind of educate yourself. Or ask, like, here we live in Ontario, so we have Ontario Services. You can go to them and say, what are the free courses for immigrants? There's so many opportunities, but if you nobody has told you, you won't know. So you may find yourself that you would have gotten a certain course for free, but later end up paying for it, but you realize, oh, I wish I knew that was free. So it's better for you to ask as much questions as possible, and just be very curious and very willing and open to learn new things. And also, I know in our country we have like English, but here we have to do the English test as well. ESL, just to check our level of English. So be ready to have some tests done for you to do different things.
Also, like the school system, we can do a whole other video about how our experience in high school and college and stuff. But the school system in Uganda compared to Canada is very different.
Very different.
It's very different in a good way. The last point I wanted to say before we conclude this video is homelessness in Canada. Like, again, if you've watched all the movies when you're in Africa, when you're in Uganda, wherever you are watching from, you've seen like, oh, they like the luxury, like outside countries has, and like, oh my gosh, like everything's just great.
Everything is good in
But
America.
when we came here, we saw so many homeless people, and I was like, I never expected homeless people in Canada, because in my opinion, Canada was like this like developed country, so like I didn't expect any homelessness. So that was a little bit shocking, because I was like, oh, people are on the streets.
Jemai used to think that when you come to Canada or when you come to American countries, that there is a machine that scrubs you and washes you. You don't have to actually take a shower yourself.
Joy. So at this point, we're concluding this video. Have a good day. No, because the way they promote America or Canada, like outside countries, is like so like nothing bad happens in these places, but like there's so much going on, and everybody's like actually going through some stuff, and like people, the way they promote it, it's like, oh my gosh, whatever. But like, don't get me wrong, like I think Canada has given us so many opportunities, and like there's so many things I wouldn't have got
and stuff like that.
if it wasn't in Canada. And like, this is not to be like, I'm not grateful. I am genuinely grateful for Canada. I'm grateful to be here and for all the opportunities, but be willing to work for your dream. If your dream is to come here and get a better life, whatever that looks like, be willing to work for it. Don't just come and expect like things to be handed to you. That nobody's gonna give you anything. Even if it's your family, you have to work for everything.
There's no tree of money.
There's no tree of money. Yeah, nothing grows on trees. No money. And so I think, first of all, be willing to work for it.
Yeah, work, day shift, night shift,
Yeah.
double shift, 2 jobs. So people here work.
Yeah, but also have the humility to work any job.
Yeah.
Because I feel like we can like do a video about all the jobs, crazy jobs we've done, over the years. But like, people are very like, if you have so much pride in you, you won't be able to do certain jobs.
And so work this shift.
You have to have the humility to be like, you know what, I need money, so I'm gonna have these side hustles in order for me to make it work.
And especially if you're juggling school and work, you have to be willing to even study, to work at night,
or like take night school instead of day school,
or work on weekends. So some people don't have the privilege of just staying home on weekends. They have to work like all week. So
yeah, but also if it's one thing, also I would say, if you have a place to stay and it's already guaranteed, please save up your money and like make it work. Like, save your money up. Invest, do whatever you can to like use the opportunity you're given. But once that opportunity expires and you're no longer able to live in those places, you have to be ready. And just know, do your research, because there is so many opportunities. There is so many, like if you're in school, there is so many scholarships for immigrants. There is like different kinds of things that you can get for you to make this work. Yeah, we're gonna talk about all the benefits or things that have benefited us.
And also, if you are coming to Canada or any other country, don't expect to go back very soon. Sometimes that's a bit impossible. Like, you just came a month and you're going to go back home to visit in the next month. Sometimes that's not possible. To some, they are able to make it that way. Maybe they have the money saved up already. But if you're coming to save up money and then go back home and take a vacation, stuff like that, it might not be possible. It may take you a couple of months or a year or 2 years to just get that vacation time or to just get that money to travel.
Again, that's where like things like Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp come in, where even if you don't get to see your family, you still connect with them, your friends and all that stuff. But honestly, if you're moving to Canada, enjoy, reach out to people, DM us. We're cool people. We can help you navigate this. Not that we know what we're doing, but we're learning.
We're also still learning after.
Keep in mind, this is our experiences, so this is not a book
Yeah.
to how you should.
And we have so
navigate.
many things to share with you guys. If you want us to do a part 2,
Yeah.
please comment down below.
Comment down below.
Or like this.
They're from a
And
different
where do you want
country.
to travel? Where do you
Yes.
want to visit? What's
I
your
wanna
next
go-
adventure?
Right now, I envision myself in England.
Yeah, she really wants to go to England.
Like I see myself. I see my whole body in England right now. And Uganda.
I
of
want to
course.
see myself in Dubai on a yacht.
Anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this video. Happy 10 years to us. If you're celebrating your 2nd year, 3rd year, 1st year, 1st month in Canada, congratulations. I hope you're enjoying it so far. And yeah, happy relocation. So cheers to you guys.
Cheers. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to follow me.
Yes, follow her, subscribe to her channel. I'll put everything
Joy
in
Love
the,
Stories.
in the
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
description below. Peace out.
Bye.